I put it on plane mode because it'd be just my luck, somebody or something call somebody or something. Okay, we're both there.
Oh, make sure you pull the clip down. Up to your lips. There you go. Okay, this was spiked all the way to highest volume. So it's deaf. Like, what? Welcome to this evening's episode of Rush Hour. I am your host, Kelly Rush, and we are a production of America Matters Media, the home of quality conversation. You can check us out on the web at americamatters.us. That's americamatters.us. We are also on Facebook at facebook.com/Reno Rush Hour. That's also my Twitter handle, so you can follow me there and like me on Facebook. We are also on YouTube now, so that's a YouTube channel on Rush Hour Radio Show, and also the YouTube channel on America Matters Media on YouTube. So I said that. I'm repeating myself. YouTube on YouTube channel, YouTube channel, YouTube channel. One of these days I'm gonna get this all down, and I won't be repeating myself, and I'll have a smooth intro. Yeah, the one day, the day I'll get that, the day I record it. So this is an interactive show. We would love to have you join us on this fabulous Friday. Give us a call, toll free from anywhere in the world, 844-790-TALK, 844-790-8255, or you can just drop a line in the Facebook Watch Party comments box. So, I have been joined once again by one of my favorite people. This is Harmony, otherwise known as Latrice Bass. And, but I'll call her Harmony because that's one of my favorite words as well. And it suits you so well. It really does.
Thank you.
Hi. Welcome back to the set.
Thanks for having me back.
Listen to that voice, ladies and gentlemen. Just listen to that cookies and cream. You speak just beautifully. Can you imagine that singing voice as it just belts out that poetry? So tell us what you do. Tell us about your art.
Well, I do spoken word with music. I call it poetic music. Of course, it's been done before, like back in the 60s. I mean,
Beat poetry, they called it.
yeah, beat poetry, beat meg.
You're bringing it back. Not only that.
That's what I kept saying. I'm like, I think I'm bringing something back, and
With a modern twist. It's because today we have rap and hip hop.
right.
And that kind of genre, and this was sort of a genesis of that. This is kind of an early contributor, I could see.
Yes.
So melding, you don't rap per se,
No,
but there's an element of that to it.
right. Yeah, it's affiliated, but it's not
Mhm.
rap.
Right.
But it's affiliated.
So it's cool. Pardon me. Coming out, walking around in fields all day today and coming back here and talking, and so.
It's there.
It was wonderful, absolutely wonderful, looking at wild mustangs and out by the Tahoe Industrial Park area. Blockchains LLC, the company, that incredible company, that owns 67,000 acres out there.
Oh, wow.
Much of which they specifically purchased to dedicate to terrain for the wild mustangs on the Virginia Range.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I got to tour a bunch of that property.
Sweet.
Yeah, oh, it's amazing. It's this phenomenal project. It's called Project Frontier, and they're heading it up, and just Gary Bear, I just have to give a huge shout out to you, man. You're incredible. Maureen Dane, you're incredible. Dee Gregory, Senator Elmer Raines, you guys are great. Thank you so much. Eddie Floyd, just Christian Meyer, this amazing thing that's taking place around this is really for these wild horses and the struggle that's been going on with this for many decades, really. Finding them a habitat and trying to keep them from getting hit on the roads, and
Oh, wow.
is the BLM responsible for them? Is the state responsible for them? Are the people responsible for them? Can people adopt them? Can we feed them? Can we da-da-da-da-da? What's the law? It's starting to get figured out, and with the help of this incredible company, and this man, and some people, and it's just really neat, really neat. So
Good stuff.
yeah, the Teslas and the Googles and the Switches and lots of the folks up there are gonna be helping out too, and just really neat and cooperative venture. And, I'm really excited for that. So just had to share, and why my voice is so scratchier than usual, because I've been talking a lot more than usual.
Uh-oh.
So.
Gotta save them for it.
Yes. But anyway, so back to you. We're going to go to a break in about a minute, but just real quickly, what started you on this?
Well, okay, so my first love was poetry. And now I got a great short story how that came
Okay.
about with the poetry. Because a lot of people ask me, well, do you have a favorite poet? And I get stuck because I'm like, I don't.
That's kind of hard to.
And so I was in first grade, and the teacher put us in groups, and so we had to we all had a paragraph we had to say, and I didn't tell nobody about it. Because I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. So it was a function they was having that day, and in the cafeteria, of course. So we all had to go on stage and say our lines, and the energy from the audience, it was unbelievable. It was awesome. I'm like, wow. I'm like,
Really well received, huh?
yeah, it was overwhelming. I'm like, when can I do this again? And the rest is history. I started out writing, and then at the age of at the age of 10, sorry, at the age of 10, what got me interested in playing the guitar was the rock bands I was listening to.
Oh. Well, we've got to go to our first break.
Okay.
Hold that thought. We will come back and finish that, because I want to hear about these rock bands you're into, one of which is my very favorite on your shirt. We'll be right back for the second segment of today's Rush Hour with Kelly Rush and Harmony, poetic musician, after these messages. Right? We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hey. It's good stuff.
This is so great. Do you have can you do a cappella or
Oh no.
no? Do you have like a sample? Do you have something that we could download and have Christian play?
Uh-oh.
You know anything out there?
No, that'd be the next show. I need some water myself. Thank God for this place. It's cool. It's legit.
Yeah, you fit in here. Cheers.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, is that what it's saying?
I love this thing. It's so cute. Although I hate the term fleek.
Totes. It's exactly like saying totally, just sure.
I
No,
never-
that's true. We could help you record a demo. We could help you record a demo.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, like a demo as
Mhm.
as like a legit
You don't have to
like a CD or MP3.
thousands of teens in foster care will
All
go
right.
on their own
Let's make it happen.
just the same.
We could do
To
that.
learn more, visit adoptuskids.org.
How much?
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids,
Okay.
and the Ad Council.
Okay. I'll pay. I'll cover it for you. What time is the show this Thursday?
8 o'clock. 8 p.m.
And welcome back to the second segment of today's Rush Hour. I am Kelly Rush, and I have been joined by poetic musician Harmony, otherwise known as Latrice Bass. And you can kick her a like on Facebook at Poetic Music is your fan page, and Latrice Bass is your personal page. And if you like her personal page, if you send her a friend request, be prepared to accept some salty language. Just know that we go hard on her page. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Just be prepared. That's all. We talk about stuff. We do. And we know, you know, we go hard. So just, and we go hard here. So call 844-790-TALK, 844-790-8255. Drop us a topic. We'll pick it up. And I do want to say, Harmony's birthday is this Thursday, the 5th, March 5th. And to commemorate, she's doing a show at the Elbow Room over in Sparks. And what's their official address? Is it at C Street? Is it officially C Street, or do they call it Victorian?
Victorian.
Is it on Victorian?
Yes.
Okay, so it's on Victorian Avenue, between,
It's not too far from Rail
it's
City.
right off, it's right behind Rail City, but it's right between Rail City and kind of downtown, Victorian Square.
A good
It's-
landmark is the Millennium,
Okay,
cause it's like, cause Elbow Room's right there, and then Millennium, it's like the next block over.
Yeah, it's just, it's right there. It's like, you know, you get off at Rock, make the left, go down a block and park. It's on your right.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty much right there. So it's, you know, it's a block up from Rock on Victorian. And it's such an awesome place. I love DL. I love it. And it's a dive bar without being a crappy place to hang out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's just, Deidre works there. Deidre used to be on
That's my
air
buddy.
here.
That's
Oh,
my
we
buddy.
love
That's my buddy.
We love Deidre. And she used to have a show here. And she's family. So yeah, and when I'm not too tired and won't fall asleep after 2 sips, I love to go hang at the L all night long, talk to Deidre, eat their popcorn. Oh my God, they have the best popcorn
Yes.
ever. And the taco truck comes out front, and go get some tacos, and the Cryptillions are playing, they rock. And then there are some other bands that really don't rock at all.
Oh.
And we have fun telling them that. Man, that band was awful. And now they're giving her a hard time. They're giving the bar a hard time. Evidently, that's this guy's MO.
Whoa, wait, what I missed?
Oh, yeah. I guess it's this alleged singer dude or guitarist dude. He's now trying to sue the club because they didn't provide wheelchair access to the stage. Did that guy look crippled to you? Did he ask for wheelchair access to the stage that night?
No.
I don't think so either, and I was there. I'm very crippled, and I noticed these things. I was with her all night long. Nobody came and asked for any kind of wheelchair access. Nobody had any wheelchair that night, and he's trying to sue. He certainly didn't look any crippled to me. He was standing up and, you know, singing and playing and doing his crappy band music far too long. Far too long, right? Remember how long they kept playing and how bad they were? Remember that they were this horrible old, remember I kept saying this, they were so outdated and so bad, and if they were gonna play, and they had this attitude that, like, buy our merch for gas money. I'm like, excuse me, that's our gas money too. Why would we wanna spend it on your crap?
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what he's trying to do, and evidently he's pulled this crap before on other places. So yeah, this is his MIU bad news. So she was asking me if I would make a statement. I said, you bet I will.
Oh, shit.
So, nope, I didn't do that. Now we have to pay him $20.
My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So he has to go back and cut that out now. Yeah, we have a dump button so he can kill it the first time. So, anyway, so going back to the Elbow Room, this Thursday, the 5th, Latrice Harmony is doing a poetic music show. So that's gonna be really cool, and I can't wait to see you again, so, pardon me, really good. Oh, gosh, man.
Take your time, take your time.
You were really, really good, and I've been looking to see you again. So this is a really good opportunity. So 8 p.m. at the Elbow Room,
Yep.
Thursday, March 5th, and it's your birthday. So we're gonna have to have a good time. I'll have to get in touch with Lee and see what we can do. So that will be fun. And then what else do you have going on? You wanna start putting together your own shows, don't you?
I do, because, okay, so I've been going hard in the paint, like trying to expand, like look for other places to perform. So the thing is that Some places don't, they only do a acoustic setting, and some places is not, familiar with what I do. I try to explain the best way I can, what I do. So I think the best route for me to go is to like set up, some small venues, with other players, you know, like I did with the Cryptilians and Supernatural Heroes.
And that's really cool too, like setting, like going with different types of artists
Mhm.
too.
Mhm.
I mean, whether it's a rock band, whether it's spoken word artists, whether it's rappers, but you know, that's such a great idea. Because you fit with anything, you're not genre specific, you're not even necessarily music specific. So, I mean, you could go to an art gallery opening, you could go to a 501c3 charity event, you fit anywhere. I mean, you could stand outside my studio. We're doing a book signing on Monday. You could come here and do that. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? So that's the cool thing about what you do. It's very versatile. So I like that. And
Cool.
it's, it's cool. So what are some of the bands that you like?
Oh, that's a lot.
You know, what are some things that you, like you said we started to tell the story about how you picked up guitar.
Right. The first band was Korn, and then the second band was Nirvana, and then it went from Nirvana to Stone Temple Pilots, and it went from them to Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Days of the New.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They're one of my all-time favorite bands ever. Travis Meeks was a very, very dear friend of mine.
Oh, you know him?
Oh, very, very, very well. I feel just awful that I can't get in touch with him. Oh yeah, I've been to his house.
He was so dreamy.
Oh God. Well, I mean, in fact, I'd be his mother. He actually had a crush on me, poor thing. But yeah, oh no, such a sad story.
Yeah, he was on Intervention.
I know. That girl, Carolyn, that was not bad. Yeah, that whole, if you pull the picture of him now, have you tried to see him lately?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's bad. Yeah, he's just about to turn 40.
So he's not too old.
41. Oh no, he's around your age.
He's young.
He looks bad. He may, it's been a while now. He may be on an upward, but you know he's severe Aspie and yeah, he's got major issues. Yeah, we'll talk about this. Sorry, I don't mean to go down that rat hole, but I'll tell you all about it.
Sure, the song that put me on was Touch, Pill, and Stand.
Oh, the one that got me was Solitude.
Ooh.
Yeah. Wow.
And I finally found a reason.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh yeah, I can sing that all day long. So, anyway, we've got to go to a break. We'll be back for the second half of today's Rush Hour after these messages. Come back. Oh God, yeah, what a tragic story. I met him when he was 18 years old, right after he turned 18, and right after he turned 19. Sorry, 19. And right as they started to tour for that record, and
He is so talented. Like, the dude can play. He can play. Play better than me.
it's that Aspie. I mean, he's just crazy talented, but he's crazy. I mean, his parents were fucked up. Well, and he grew up in Meth Central, and they were both meth heads, both alcoholics, both serious addicts. His mother completely abandoned him. Father did the best he could for a while, was a traveling musician, disappeared for a while, came back, disappeared, came back. He had a kid when he was 14. Mhm. Of course, they got taken away. You know, he's been an addict on and off his whole life, hardcore meth. Yeah, it's so sad. They grew up in right across the river from Louisville, Kentucky, and Charlestown, Illinois.
Mhm.
Or I mean Clarksville, Illinois, Clarksville, Indiana. And I mean, yeah, Clarksville, Indiana. And, it's just nothing there. It used to be a big manufacturing town back in the day, blah blah blah, and then just became nothing. So it's this just depressed meth. It's Kentucky, it's the Kentucky Belt, you know, it's what everybody talks about for the most part. He and these kids that formed, you know, Jesse, Matt,
Yeah.
were exceptions. I mean, both brilliant, talented, gorgeous, you know. But he also got all of the horrendous genetics from
Yeah.
his parents.
That's too bad.
And then, of course, to be Asperger's on top of it. So
To
now
what?
Asperger's on
What's-
top. Asperger's, autistic, high functioning autistic. So it created just all kinds of problems. And nobody knew. I mean, of course, Asperger's is, so that didn't get figured out till much, much later after so much damage had been done. And, just, yeah.
Man.
Welcome back to the second half of today's Rush Hour. I am Kelly Rush, and I'm here with Harmony. She's a poetic musician, among a number of other things. And her given name is Latrice Bass, so you can check that out on Facebook and request her friendship if you wish. I warn you, she's already given us a preview here on air, and it's going to cost us. But anyway, you can also like her fan page, Poetic Music, as well. And check her out this Thursday, her birthday as well, at the Elbow Room in Sparks. And give us a call here at this lovely interactive program that we have every weekday evening. That's kind of a contradiction too. 844-790-TALK, 844-790-8255 is our number, or you can just comment in the Facebook Watch Party comments box if I can ever get the damn thing started. But they can comment. My personal watch party isn't started, but the thing is. So, what are some of the best concerts you've ever seen? Do you go to a lot of shows?
No, I see him on DVD.
You what now?
I seen him on DVD.
Oh.
I really haven't been to a legit concert. I've been to little shows like around here. I would say the best one, I want to say Korn so bad, but after seeing a Marilyn Manson concert, I forgot what year that was.
You saw
Marilyn Manson,
Oh,
like when he performs, he give it his all. I
Uh-huh.
mean,
I've heard it's a good show.
it's hard to explain. It's like you know, you watch.
It's one of these, isn't it? Is it kind of like a,
It's very theatrical.
yeah, yeah.
You mentioned corn. Corn's actually playing Reno, Minnesota tomorrow night.
Did you get tickets?
As we speak.
I didn't, but my coworker did.
Yeah. I saw them when they opened for Ozzy. So that was, four? That was, a long time ago. In San Antonio,
It might have been longer than that.
Dallas, was it?
It may have been longer than that. Because really, I think they didn't start blowing up till after the Issues album, I think. Or maybe after the Fall of Leader. It was one of them albums. I could be
No,
wrong.
I interviewed Jonathan.
Oh my goodness, you did.
Uh-huh.
You were so blessed.
Oh yeah, I met them a couple times. Very, very nice. Very nice.
Oh, I believe it.
He's awesome. I mean, he's brilliant. He was a coroner.
Yeah, I had the book and I lost the book and I want to own the book again. It's called Life in the Pit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that one more time. The book is called Life in the Pit. I must have read that book like maybe over 10, 20 times because I was so obsessed back in the day. Like, that's an awesome book. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he's fascinating. Just even back then, this was, like I said, this was quite a while ago, and even back then, it just had so much to say, and was just very well spoken, very intelligent. I mean, I knew he would be, but more so than the average.
You pretty much know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because by just look, I mean, I don't know him personally, but like just seeing the interviews, from back in the day, up until this point, like you can tell he's like a very humble person. It's kind of like you're looking at two different people. Like when he's on stage, it's like, oh my god, and then it's like,
Mhm. It's whirlwind.
and then it's like when he's off stage, you're like, oh wow.
Yeah, he's very soft-spoken, very quiet, not a party guy, he's just bad now. He wasn't, kids at the time, but, he's just, he's not Mr. Rockstar guy. Never has been. He's just a cool dude,
That's cool.
Yeah. So, who else? Who's doing that?
Oh, Courtney Love. I love her.
You don't hear much about her anymore. She seems to have kind of straightened herself out.
Well, she did say that one album was gonna be her last.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that was jeez, what was the name of it? Nobody's Daughter. I think that was her last album. I have it.
It's good.
I have all her albums.
That was another one.
I think the reason why I'm drawn to her because it's kind of like, okay, look at it like this. Everybody knows that I'm this nice chick, but in the inside, it's a whole different thing going on, and I feel like what she expressed, that's how I feel in the inside. If that makes any sense.
Oh sure.
I mean, it shows through my Facebook, it shows, but
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, she's an interesting character. But yeah, she seems to have, calmed down. I think just kind of getting off the drugs
oh,
helped. The
Oh,
drugs
yeah.
and the booze and the getting away from all the chaos.
She, but you can tell part of that was her grieving. Like you can tell because, like she said in the interview, she didn't grieve the right way
Mhm.
when
Oh, yeah.
things went down, with Kurt.
How could she? She had him murdered. Just kidding. No, but what other? You have Tool on your shirt.
Oh man, these dudes, man.
Tool. Have you ever seen them live?
Well,
Oh, well, you on DVD.
Yeah.
Not in person, personally.
I'm scared of going to concerts. I don't know what it is, but I feel like if somebody go with me, then
Sure.
then cool.
Okay.
But like by myself, I don't know. It's like it's so many people, and I've always had nightmares where I get lost in the crowd and I never get found, and I'm like, So yeah, it's always been a phobia. Tool, they are very interesting band. They're the only bands that I know of that ain't did no covers. Like all their songs is original. And if they did do a cover, it went over my head. I would never know. But their songs sounds like so many other songs. Like it sounds like 10 songs in one song. And I'm like, how do you do that? Like how, I wouldn't even know how to do that. I just know intro, verse, chorus, end. That's all I know.
Well, the way they write, it just comes out that way because they don't write songs for people. They write songs to tell whatever story it is that what Maynard's trying to tell.
It sounds spiritual.
It is.
I mean,
It's cathartic for him. Like Anima was a purge for him. It was a spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical purge for him of being raped as a child by his stepfather.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
And so it, that's, the music is written around that, and it's the creation process is just how it comes out, and that's why the sound is so consistent, because that's just, and we'll have to listen to it together.
Right.
Because you can hear, in 46 and 2 at the end, like the guitar sound, it's like, it's just, at the end it's like Maynard screaming, it's just this wailing, and it just.
I know exactly what you're saying, because like, anybody can play an instrument, but I've seen people make the instrument, yes. I'm like, how, like.
And it was very cathartic for me too, because at the time it came out, I was going through something, and it taught me how to live through pain.
Okay.
Which I desperately need.
Okay.
And desperately needed, because I have now since been diagnosed with degenerative, progressive, chronic pain diseases. And so it's amazing just how it's crazy. It's just and it's a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful record, and I love it, and I love them, and it taught me so much about myself and life and things, and it's crazy how music can do that. Is what I'm trying to get at. We'll be back for the fourth and final segment of today's Rush Hour. Kelly Rush, Harmony, and the rest. But yeah, it was absolutely cathartic for me. Yeah, and their music just absolutely is. But that's why it sounds like it does. It's just because he comes out with. And that's why it takes him so long between records, because they don't write trivially.
Oh,
It's because it's just what they collectively or whatever is, you know.
it's a feeling. Wow.
It's primarily driven by me.
That's just like, I gotta give you my album, the first one and the EP. But that's just like Charlie, if you really listen to what I'm saying in
Yes, music.
that poem,
That's
yeah.
right. And that's, I mean, that's the only kind of music I really listen to. I don't like just kind of music. I never have. Like, all the music I'm into is really, pretty striking, heavy stuff. That's why, like, when metal died, like, I was kind of like, now what? And then I got into gangster rap, because it was the only hard thing going
Yeah.
on. It was the only real, descriptive, heavy shit out there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just,
Man, and this new rock stuff that they doing, it cannot touch what I grew up listening to. It's too soft.
I like Shine Down. I like their I dig them a lot. I dig Five Finger Death Punch, but they're not. They don't. Did it? Is it good?
Oh.
But I mean, none of it has like hit me, like just really got me.
It's gotta slap you in the face.
Yeah.
It's just that one.
Yeah, yeah, or just and just.
Shoot, what got me into the heaviest of heavy was Hatebreed. Because I had the Punisher soundtrack. Oh, we about to. Okay. Gotta get you to hear Hatebreed.
I've met Jamie. And welcome back to the fourth and final segment of today's Rush Hour. I am your host, Kelly Rush, and I'm here with Patrice Bass, whose professional name is Harmony, and she is a musical poet, poetic musician. Are those interchangeable?
I mean, it can be.
What do you consider yourself?
Singer, songwriter, poet, musician. I mean, all of those. Yeah, just all of those. I use poetic music because it's a thing that I created, even though it's been on this earth before my time. But I call it poetic music because it's poetry with music.
Okay, fair.
And the way I came about with that was because I was indecisive. Because one minute I'm like, I want to sing, and then the next minute it's like, I want to do poetry, and then it just kept going back and forth. And I'm like, okay, this gotta stop. It's either gonna be this or it's gonna be this. I'm like, wait a minute, let's just take this and boom, put it together.
And what makes it different than either a poem or a song? Since songs are kind of rhyming.
Repetitious.
Okay, so these are not necessarily rhyming, not necessarily to a beat. More, they can be a spoken word set to music.
It's
Because I haven't heard all your material.
it's like regular poetry, going with a melody.
Okay.
Well, I believe that there's a few pieces that I wrote. It's called, they got a word for it. It's poetry, but it's, I think it's called free verse. Free verse.
Okay.
Free verse poetry. There we go.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So it's like,
So it doesn't necessarily have like a refrain or a
Right.
chorus that you keep, you know,
cause,
referring back to.
'cause free verse is like, you can either rhyme with the word, or it's more like, the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah,
that.
maybe two of the lines rhyme and then it
Yeah.
doesn't, and then, oh, yeah, I know what you're saying. Very cool, very cool. So what inspires you to write a poem and set it to your music?
It's weird how it happens. It's really weird. I could be at work and I can hear a song, and out of that whole song I can hear one word, and then that one word turns into a full poem, or it could be a thought and it turns into a full poem.
So what do you do when, is this like a quick process? Like does this, like it strikes you and it comes out, or how does, like what's the process?
Now that's another.
Or does it vary?
That's another weird situation. Well, yeah, it varies because it can be an idea, and I can write like a paragraph, and then I can always go back to it and add. But then some of my work, it's like I start writing, and then all of a sudden, that's the end.
Yeah, see,
It's weird.
I'm thinking you have automatic writing, the skill of automatic writing. It's come through you. And I'm betting that some of this stuff is sent to you. Does some of it, like, you wonder where it comes from at first? Or are these clear concepts that you just, you're aware of what it is and that it, you know?
Oh my God.
Like, are you consciously, like I wanna write about this, and you just sit down, okay, this, you.
Oh no, I can't do it like that. It's,
Yeah.
it's just weird.
It comes through you.
It feels like it's pouring out of me when I write.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's really weird.
Mhm.
And
It's not weird, that's,
it's like all of my material is like that. I mean, 'cause that's just like I brought my, well, this is considered my poetry book.
as I said, you always have to have paper with you or a recording device. Yeah. Yeah, you have automatic writing. That's cool. I diagnose you, you have this thing, oh my God. You have it. I don't even have to test you. I just know. You have automatic writing. No, but that's what that is. That's just another one of your, just another confirmation of just how
I mean,
spiritually powerful you are, intuitively powerful you are.
I mean, I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
It's like combing your hair.
Mhm.
You don't think about doing it. You just,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah. What other things do you get from it though? I mean, like, not just poetry and so on. I mean, do you get do other things just occur to you? Other messages, other thoughts, that stuff? Like, where the heck did that come from?
I just know that the ideas come from either a thought or a song or a word or something
just
somebody said or.
I just mean in regular life. Do you does stuff do you just get the feeling that you have to just write stuff down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've gotten in trouble at work a couple of times behind that because, well, you see, cause they saw me writing, so I had to disguise it and get the clipboard and make it look like I'm like writing like a sample or something, and then it was a couple of times I would
Do you have to keep track of stuff that's like not in the rooms or?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you could probably pass it off as that. Oh, they don't have enough soap.
It's so funny. Like there was one time I left it at work and my coworker knew exactly who wrote it. It was weird because she walked up to me. She's like, "You left this," and I wanted to ask her so bad. I'm like, "How did you know?"
She's probably another intuitive. She
Yeah.
can just sense that she knows you know. She knows you know, she knows you know. I know. That's
Yeah.
funny.
So
What had you written down? Do you remember? You probably don't even
Oh,
remember.
that was 3 years ago.
Oh.
But I know our time is short. But I wanted to mention my
Yeah.
my book. So,
Oh gosh, yeah. Tell me about this too. Yeah.
So the thing is that I found a publisher, but the thing is that they want $3,000 just to publish it.
Yeah. No, scam. We'll get that taken care of locally. We have great LRP. LaRue Press is what it is here. LRPND.com or LaRuePress.com. Jan Harmson does a show here every Monday from 3 to 5 called What's the Story? And they've been just a phenomenal, as a matter of fact, geez, Bagels and Books, we're doing a book signing here, as a matter of fact, a book signing event from noon to 2, right here in the Reno Town Mall, in our very hallway, right here at the studio, and we'll be the America Matters with Eddie Floyd from noon to 1, broadcasting live, having the artists, or well, they are artists, but the authors, showcasing right here on the show as well. So that if you want, you can even come by. Do you work Monday between
Yeah.
2? That's okay. You can meet Jan anytime. I'll take you right by her office. But we got you. Don't worry about that. There's none of anybody who's telling you to pay up front or any of that crap. It's automatically, don't be messing with that stuff. Before they even talk to you about the concept or anything, if they're asking for money, no, absolutely not. That's before they even meet you and see your face. No thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a zero. That's a zero right there.
And this guy is all the way in Pennsylvania.
And I'm embarrassed for my home statesman brethren. Where in Pennsylvania? I'm from suburban Philly.
I don't even know.
Yeah, nope. Yeah, we're not dealing with some East Coast shyster.
Okay.
Nope. That's taken care of here. So, sure. What's the premise? And we got 7 seconds, but we'll talk offline. But we'll have more to talk about here on the show and tell our listeners about. So that's a little tease. So, but what's it about? We can tease them with the.
It's a collection of poems. It's nothing specific, just a collection of poems.
That's cool. So poetry books are fun.
Oh yeah.
But we'll put together. I think we're gonna put together an intuitive book too.
Yes, we
Real
have
writings,
to. We
and
have
that's
to.
gonna be really cool. Cryptic writings.
We
So-
have to.
Well, thanks so much, Harmony, for being on the show. Thursday, the 5th, your birthday, Elbow Room, 8 p.m. Be there. Everybody have a great weekend.
Be there, be square. Cool.
That was fun.
Good stuff. Uh-oh. Doesn't want me to go. And over and out. Booyah.